Guys, I'm tired. This is the third bug video I have had to make. The game is in such a broken state and more bugs are being revealed. My last video was about the new jewelry kits. If you bought that pack and made some jewelry and put that jewelry on your teen sim and then took it off, and then put it back on, and then took it off and put it back on, what your sim would turn into is something akin to this. This is horrible. Your sim will shrink and shrink and shrink and deform each time you put the jewelry on and off. That's pretty bad. Of course, there were a ton of other bugs as well, but now there are even more bugs. These are way more concerning though. The bug we will be going over is this one. Moodlets will disappear from your sims upon loading a save. This is a very big, troublesome bug. And this bug is happening to players with no mods, no CC. This is in the vanilla game. The bug will remove any moodlet your sim has had. The original bug report says, this started happening after the Crystal Creations patch. Every time I loaded my save, the moodlets that most of the sims in that save had were gone. Only the high needs moodlet remain. As you can see here, 754 people have Me Too'd this issue. If you're seeing this issue, make sure you come here and hit Me Too as well, because this one is really game breaking. And we're going to go over why in a bit. Sacrificial, a modder, has gone to Twitter to say this. It seems that the recent Sims 4 patch has introduced a bug related to moodlets and buffs. If you load your game, your sim will lose any moodlets and buffs that are not tied to traits, motives, statics, hidden, or visible. I have experienced this bug myself when I tested the game with no mods and on a new, fresh save. This could cause some game features and mods to not behave correctly because a lot of data is tied to moodlets and hidden buffs. I hope that when they release an update to fix this, they won't break the mods again. So if your game seems extremely unstable right now and things just aren't functioning the way that they should, and you are in a vanilla save, this is more than likely the reason why. This breaks a lot of things in your game. An example of this bug is one that Sacrificial has given. I think it's more noticeable when you have more progress. For example, if you have a sim that lost a loved one, got married, had a first kiss, upon saving and reloading, your sim will lose all the moodlets related to them and any hidden buffs containing data that you don't get to see as a player. So your sim kind of forgets things, which is a very big problem for most players. Base Mental, another very popular modder, has come out and said, please head over to this link and Me Too it. This bug messes up regular game mechanics as well as mod mechanics. It is a huge, crucial, and game-breaking bug. The more attention we bring to it, the quicker it might get fixed. Even Lupino has come out to bring awareness to this bug, also asking people to Me Too it. They say it's a real problem that not only cosmetically removes all moodlets, it also impacts and breaks both game and mod processes. Back on Answers HQ, this user says, from what I can tell, this issue affects any buffs that are not tied to traits, statistics, or the sim info. This will cause many things that rely on buffs to not function correctly, both EA stuff and mods. This is a big problem as there are many buffs that have a long duration and therefore easily risk being saved and exited while it is active. This user says, my sim's father, parent-in-law, grandfather just died before the patch. But guess what? No one is mourning them anymore. I tested in a fresh save too. Mourning related moodlets are gone after save and a reload. I am beyond angry now and just amazed at the amount of negative feelings this past week has made me go through. This bug is super scary. This can greatly impact the stories that you have going in your save right now. And a lot of users are saying that they simply cannot recommend playing the game in its current state right now because this bug is game breaking for many users. This is just so sad, you guys. I feel like I've just been making bug video after bug video these last few weeks. There are so many bugs in this game right now. This is by far the buggiest I have ever seen the game, and it's really just disheartening. I really hate to see such a comfort and cozy game going through so many issues. Lumpino has gone to Answers HQ and given a little bit more of a detailed answer. This is a patch issue and not a mod issue. It affects all temporarily commodity buffs, EAs, and mods. It is not only a cosmetic problem, moodlets disappearing upon reload. It is also a gameplay problem. Indeed, loot on removal of buffs do not run due to this if a player saved and exited before buff expiration. This means that various processes will never happen properly if a user leaves the game before the moodlet buff runs out of time. Some are very short, but a significant amount of those have duration between 120 and 10,000 sim minutes. This makes it easy for a player to save and exit before the buffs are gone and therefore have gameplay issues and things not firing. Here are examples of things that can break. If a player saves and exits during these, their stuff won't work. Grounded sims will never be ungrounded if the player saves and exits. Here is the entire list of all the things that this can affect, and this is just a sample sizing of it. As I said, there are over 500 other things like this, so it is not just these, but you can clearly see how game breaking this could be for your game. Freddy Fox says, I'm pretty worried about this bug. How much damage is it going to do to our saves if we keep playing while this remains unfixed? I am greatly hoping that there is a hot patch pushed out quickly for this one, as this one affects everyone. In fact, the principal designer of The Sims has made a tiny little comment about it, saying that this issue is being tracked, but that is all that is being said officially at this time. This user on Twitter says, I've had the pregnancy moodlet disappear and it makes my Sim's pregnancy just poof, and it's almost as if she was never pregnant. I'm not touching my game until they fix everything now. This is the only instance I've seen of this happening, but this bug is widespread, and I really do caution against playing any legacy saves right now. We really don't know the havoc that this bug can do to people's saves just yet because of how early it is. This user says, yes, it does break your game because nothing your sim does or feels will have long-term effects unless you simply never exit the game, which is obviously not feasible for everybody. This user asks, when can we expect the emergency patch for the emergency patch in order to hopefully get a playable game again? That is just sad. Now we are hoping for an emergency patch for yet another emergency patch that caused this issue. The game is just riddled with bugs at this point, and it is just so disappointing. This user says the best thing to do for everyone is to not touch any legacy saves and just play around with some features you've been wanting to try out for a long while but never got around to. And also, keep backups. Yes, this is extremely important. I always tell everybody, make sure you have backups of your save. I even made an entire video showing exactly how to do it, so make sure you watch it if you do not know how to back up your saves. If you use mods, there is a fix already out from Turbo Driver. This was posted on the official forums by the modder. One of the bugs involves moodlets with timers. Any moodlet with a timer, visible or invisible, would permanently disappear after you save and quit the game. Many moodlets are critical for many features in the game to function correctly, so them just disappearing like that is very problematic. This affects both the base game moodlets and modded moodlets. Thankfully, I figured out how to fix it. Below, you can find a link to a small fix mod that will bring back saved moodlets and keep them after saving. Just place the script mod in your mods folder and you're done. And here is the link that they provide. So if you use mods or can use mods, go get this mod for your game. This is by a well-respected modder, so I highly recommend this mod. However, for everybody else who cannot use mods or does not want to use mods, you are going to have to wait for an official EA fix, and at this time, we do not know when or if there will be one. So in the meantime, we just have to wait. I am so thankful for this modder to be putting this out there to the community, saving people's save files like this. Huge props. Of course, this is not the only bug from this patch. There are actually a lot more. I've had people in my own comment section in my YouTube videos saying that they've had this bug as well. And here is a list of them. Sims can't give gift or food items. The following interactions will fall from the queue without ever being done. This is not a conclusive list. Gifting something to another sim, giving food to a toddler from the inventory, giving a gift for charity, contribute to pack resources, offering servings of food to specters in the paranormal career, and just an entire list. It seems like the inventory itself is really broken right now. In my last video, I also mentioned how if you had more than one wand or a broom in your inventory, your game would crash. Like it would just straight up crash to your desktop. And it seems like the inventory in specific seems to be highly broken right now, as well as gifting. It says the cause is when trying to create the dialogue for picking an object, the game fails and the whole interaction is just canceled. This happens if you have the following items in your inventory that we know of so far: prepped or spoiled food, and paintings. So the inventory is just super buggy, guys. Under how to fix this, they say the interactions work if you don't have paintings or prepped food in your inventory. This doesn't help if you need to give food items. Some interactions have an option on the object in your inventory. Using that will work, as no dialogue needs to be opened. This is just so buggy, you guys. I'm so disappointed. There are so many other bugs. I don't even know if I can go through all of them in this video. Part-time and active careers now have blank daily task menu. There is a daily task menu on the career panel, which does not have any text. Prior to the Crystal Creations patch, this menu did not exist for part-time careers since they don't have daily tasks. And here is how it should be. Your daily task there is showing homework, but yet under babysitter, it's just blank right here. There should be a daily task right here, and there is not. Under Bean Blender job, there is also supposed to be a daily task here, but that is blank. This seems to be widespread as well. This user is saying that their game is just straight up crashing on their Xbox One. Says how to get the bug, play on Xbox One, and try to do literally anything in the game. Here's a list of all the things that have caused my game to crash. When I travel, either alone or with another sim, traveling is guaranteed to make the game crash. When I try to move things between inventories, when I have harvested plants, it's just a whole list. It seems to be quite buggy on Xbox. This one is saying that their jewelry is for sale and being returned to inventory on leaving lot. I have heard of this one. All crafted jewelry returns to the Sims inventory when they leave the retail lot. It never stays in the store. This is a big one because a lot of people wanted to make jewelry stores, and this messes with that. Can't perform most gardening interactions after harvesting. After harvesting the plants, all options except uproot, fertilize, and collection microscope sample are gone. Guys, there's just so many bugs. I'm not going to be able to go over all of them because there are so many bugs. We really need an emergency patch to at least fix the moodlets disappearing. but it just seems like they really need to be focusing on bug fixes right now. Let me know down in the comments, what bugs are you seeing in your game? My own game is vanilla right now because it's so buggy. I'm a little scared to add any mods to it, so I'm playing completely CC and mod free. And I have been noticing bugs in my own game. Open profile for Sims seems to be almost broken. When I click open profile to see everything about the sim I've selected, music starts playing. It's very odd, and it doesn't actually show me anything from the sim. It's almost blank. And then when you close the profile, the music still continues, and you have to do a game restart to get it to stop. And like I said, this is a vanilla, CC free, mod free save. So that should not be there. But yes, let me know down below any issues that you're having in your game. Hopefully EA will fix this soon, and I'll keep you updated on any bug fixes that come out, and hopefully they will be out soon because this game desperately needs some bug fixes. But that is all I have for this video. I hope all of you have a lovely, lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!